What's up everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's me, CarzakTheBull, bringing you another Infinite Magicraid video. If you have been enjoying my content and my channel, then please do click like, subscribe, and maybe leave a little comment below. I love to hear from you guys. I'm sorry, I do. I just love to talk to you. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please do. Just say below. It's that simple. I will cover them. I will try my best to cover them anyway. There is a lot to cover. So, Margarita, let's get into it. Margarita. What did we say about Margarita other than looking fantastically great? Probably the best looking hero in the game. One of them anyway. One of them. For sure one of them. If you have her, she's a great AoE damage dealer. PvE and PvP. There are multiple ways of building her, but we'll get into that in a moment. First of all, we're going to read through her skills. Now, her ultimate is deals 3 stages of 100% attack damage each to all enemies and gains 3 layers of blade. Now, this is all very good. 3 stages of 100% means 300%, or 10%, 10%, 10% means 390% to all enemies, which is a decent amount of AoE damage. In fact, it's probably 70% more than Leicester. Leicester has a 100% crit rate, don't forget. So if you do love Margarita, you should love Leicester too. There is a level 5, it will do a cooldown down to 4. Exclusive 1 is the one where people should be like, wow, okay, she becomes very good now. So if you pulled one before your free one and now you have that exclusive weapon upgrade, she is pretty much the most effective AoE damage dealer in the game. So, you know, you should be happy and you should be using her. So 4 stages, so it's basically just another wave of attacks. Rather than the 300% here, it would be 400%. Rather than the 390, it would be 420. It would be 520. So 520% AoE attack damage is very huge. Don't forget her Counterattack Command, which is a passive skill. When she has 6 layers of blade, she consumes all layers and deals 200% attack damage to all enemies. Now this is upgraded to -2, so it will only consume 4, so she'll be left with 2, which is very nice as well to upgrade her. So if you've got to upgrade her, because it does make her much more useful. Her second skill, it deals a 420% attack damage to a single enemy and gains 2 layers of blade. Once again, this is stacking more blade, which means that she's going to trigger this Counterattack Command again pretty fast. Upgraded, it deals 540% damage, which is a lot, but it is only to a single enemy. Cooldown is reduced by 1, which makes it 3. Her basic attack is pretty weak. It's pretty weak, okay? And this is why in my tier list, you don't see Margarita listed hugely. Because she is just an AoE damage dealer. She's great for clearing waves, but she's not going to kill any bosses. She won't be used late game, okay? She's going to be great for Faction Tower. She's going to help in Marker Tower, but she's not going to kill that boss. You know, essentially with this weak attack damage on a single target hero. And that is the reason why we listed her lower. So if anyone else is telling you that she's like an S tier or S plus tier, you need to consider the fact that she is pure AoE. She's not a boss nuker. It's that simple. So 100% to 140%, it's attacked twice, so it's 280%, and it grants a layer of blade, which is all great. You know, it's great for waves. She's a wave nuker. She's not a boss killer. She's a wave nuker. That is the only thing I can really add on her. Exclusive 1, she becomes a beast, yes. Let's go through her exclusives. So level 1 is the 4 attack stages, great. When Counterattack Command is released, increases all allies' crit damage by 30%. That is huge. So she can be a big support as well for your allies. So imagine, is there better supports? Yes, and we don't use Margarita as a support, but this is a very nice extra. Level 3 increases the damage of Counterattack Command by 30%. Okay. It's not massive. Right, this exclusive 3 isn't huge because the Counterattack Command doesn't have a huge scaling attack damage. It reads better than it is, but 30% is still a considerable amount. Just don't think it's going to be absolutely massive. Obviously the speed is nice, but again, she's most effective at level 1, so don't go pushing a load of eyes into her. It's just not worth it. You're going to be wasting your eyes where they could be put better elsewhere. It's, you know, I'm just being honest, guys. There are other places to focus, all right? She's great for campaign. She's fantastic for campaign. But I'm sure you have other heroes that need to be focused on too. So don't get all tied up in Margarita thinking, yo, this is the one, because she will fall off. But she is also fantastic in PvP. Don't forget that. She does also, because she's a wave clearer, we can nuke down enemies in PvP, but we will require some assistance for that. I do love Margarita. Please don't think I'm slating her. She is just where she is in the tier list alongside other AoE damage dealers. Okay, so that's all well and good. We know about Margarita, but how do we build Margarita? There are a few kind of builds that you can go for. Personally, I prefer the crit rate, crit damage, because I don't want to be waiting around. I want to be nuking the hell out of things, alright? Damage is the way. Damage is what she does. Damage is the way we go. So we go crit rate and crit damage. It's, if you're going any other way, you're making her into a kind of support or a self-healing hero. I mean, we could use this set, which is very nice, the crit rate, leech, and mastery. She's then going to benefit from the crit rate and leech. Mastery is wasted. My favourite is Slay, the Slay set. Crit rate 10%, crit damage 15% means she's going to be nuking her ass off. Obviously, we're going to want to focus crit rate and crit damage as much as we can with attack rate too. Speed will help you to a certain degree, as it will any hero, okay? It will any hero. But you're going to want to be focusing on the substats to be crit rate and crit damage, attack rate and speed. Ignore everything else. She's a damage dealer. We can use people like Space to boost her turn meter if we want to nuke down a team fast. She will bring them into play. As long as Space is going first, obviously. With a Cinder, we can just silence a team. They're not going to be killing everyone. Your Margarita is safe. Now, for the artifacts. Now, this is on my alt account, okay? You're not seeing a lot here, but it is on my alt account. So, we're going to want to go crit rate. If we're stacked in crit rate, we're going to want to go crit damage. That's going to boost up your crit damage or crit rate a lot. For the second artifact, we're going to want to go attack. Because that's going to obviously increase our base attack rate, which then our attack rate % multiplier will multiply further. And for the final artifact, it's always speed, guys. It's always speed. Any hero you're using, you must use speed on this final slot artifact. Substats on everything is the same. Crit rate, crit damage, attack rate, speed. And she's built. I mean, you could build her on a leech set, but it's not going to, we don't want her being self-sustained. We have supports. We have healers for that. That's their job. Her job is to kill. Her job is to nuke. And it's pointless having to heal through things if we can just nuke things down. Pure and simple. So let's go through the emblems. I'm going to upgrade it as we go. I don't have a huge amount of emblems here. I can only do one tree. But for mine, currently, she's not high enough in crit rate, so I'll be choosing crit rate. But if you do manage to stack out your Margarita in crit rate, then you can choose attack rate %. It's versatile. Next up, we're going to choose this one when self health is full, damage dealt is increased. Often, you're going to find yourself full health, especially at the beginning of a wave. So that damage there is going to help a lot. I'll also take Berserker's Blood. Berserk Blood, because the damage dealt is nice. The damage taken is 9% more. This does hurt. But you shouldn't be getting hit a huge amount. Not if your team is geared correctly and you're able to make your team work. You shouldn't be getting hit a huge amount. And if you are getting hit, we can heal through that with support. Now, before the end of the first turn each wave, direct damage dealt is increased. This is a nice one to take. Also, the practice makes perfect. Direct damage dealt is increased. For the next turn, every target killed. When self has a buff, damage dealt, this is great to increase. And Victory Rust for targets under control status, damage dealt. Brave enemies when attacking targets whose health is higher than self, damage dealt is increased. And it's the same for those. Is it below here? Yes. So, it's the same across the board there. So if they're higher, they're going to be doing more damage. And if they're lower, they're still going to be doing more damage. So that works hand in hand. Obviously, the next one we're going to choose is the crit damage. Because we're building it on a crit rate, we're going to want to get that crit damage. After this, you're going to want to go down the defense tree. The only reason to go in support is mainly for the speed and the turn reduction. Other than that, there's not a lot there that Margarita is going to benefit from. So, you're going down the defense tree. You're just going to want to increase her defense. Her damage over time received, I would like to select this one because I don't want to be getting nuked by like loads of burns and poisons on me. And before end of each wave, our effect resistance is increased. This is also a nice one to have. It makes us more resistant to effects. We'll also take Under God's Wing. So when our self health is higher than 50%, it increases our tenacity. Now remember, tenacity means we take less crit damage. Spontaneous recovery is pretty nice, especially the fact that we're building on an attack build here. She's going to recover some health on the beginning of a next turn, up to 6%. So in itself, with our healers, we don't need any kind of leech. Obviously, we cannot select the final ones because we have it over here. Now, I wish I had something to snip for you, but I don't. I hope that you can follow the emblems that I just did, and I hope that that helps you with the emblems. Now, on the note of auras, if you only have green, then the only thing you can really put on her is the pristine attack aura, and that's because our basic attacks have more crit rate with this aura. You could also argue that a brutal recovery aura is very good, and another reason why we wouldn't even need leech, because it restores self health by a certain amount when inflicting a kill. It can only trigger once per turn though, but we're going to be dealing enough damage to be ensuring we get a kill, so that in itself is very efficient too, and it means, you know, we can sacrifice a leech set. And if you really do want leech, you can always choose the Frenzied Bloodlust aura. When landing a crit, this attack has more leech. You don't need to have leech for this to work. It will give you the amount of leech on there. If you really want in the crit rate and you can't quite get there, then you can choose the Campaign Boost aura. This will increase the skill rates by a certain amount, but this effect will double in campaign stages. Now, Victory Rush aura is probably the most desirable one, depending. Increases direct damage dealt, and this effect additionally increases by 50% for targets that are under control status. This will ensure you to do a lot of damage alongside with the others. I mean, this is probably, like I said, the most desirable. But if we want to get heals, then this is also very good. Don't diss it because it's just a green. This green is a very, very good aura. And that is it for our Margarita guide, everyone. I hope it explained enough for you. I hope it helps. I hope you do have her at E1. You may have been lucky to have a dupe. If not, then she is still effective as a base. Congratulations, guys. Enjoy the game. I'm CarzakTheBull. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you all very soon. Infinite Magicraid. Play to slay.